There's an organ in your body that's working nonstop, filtering toxins, managing hormones, balancing blood sugar, and helping you digest every bite you eat. And yet, most people don't even think about it until something goes wrong. I'm talking about your liver. Here's the surprising part. 1 in 3 adults today is living with some level of fatty liver disease, and many don't even know it. Why? Because it rarely causes pain. There's no dramatic warning sign, just a slow, silent buildup of fat inside liver cells, until your energy crashes, your waistline grows, and your blood tests start sending up red flags. And no, this isn't about alcohol. In fact, the fastest growing type of liver damage has nothing to do with drinking. It's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. Some experts now call it MASH, a newer term that reflects the real issue, metabolic dysfunction. It's not just about your liver getting fat. It's a ripple effect that touches almost every major system in your body. When your liver is overwhelmed, it can't regulate blood sugar properly, can't manage cholesterol efficiently, and can't keep inflammation under control. Over time, that can lead to type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, weight gain, even early memory problems. And still, most people never feel a thing until the damage is already done. But here's the good news. The liver is one of the most resilient organs you have. It's designed to recover if you give it the right support. And no, that doesn't mean expensive detoxes or complicated supplements. The truth is much simpler. It starts with food, real food. Nutrient-rich, low-inflammatory, biologically supportive foods that give your liver exactly what it needs to bounce back. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the best foods for liver healing, including a few that might surprise you. We'll bust some myths, break down the science, and explore how small daily choices can protect one of the most important organs in your body. Let's get started. For years, we were told to avoid fat. Low fat became a health buzzword. Supermarket shelves filled up with fat-free yogurts, heart-healthy cereals, and snacks that promised to protect us from disease. But while we cut back on fat, something else took its place: sugar. And more specifically, a type of sugar called fructose. Here's what most people don't realize. Not all sugar is processed the same way. Glucose, found in fruits and starchy veggies, is used throughout your body for energy. But fructose, that's handled almost entirely by your liver. And when your liver gets more fructose than it can handle, like from sodas, fruit juices, snack bars, and even natural sweeteners, it turns that excess into fat, not all at once, but gradually, quietly. Think of your liver like a warehouse. Fructose arrives daily. If the shipping trucks keep coming and there's no room left to store the boxes, they start piling up in the aisles. Eventually, the whole system gets jammed. That's fatty liver disease, a liver bogged down by a sugar overload it was never designed to manage. And it's not just coming from dessert. Sugar hides in foods marketed as healthy: salad dressings, granola, flavored yogurts, even protein shakes. The biggest offender? High fructose corn syrup, cheap, sweet, and nearly impossible to avoid in processed foods. For your liver, it's a metabolic nightmare. In the research world, there's even a name for what happens: fructose-induced de novo lipogenesis, the liver converting sugar into new fat. It fuels not just fatty liver, but inflammation, insulin resistance, and a cascade of other metabolic problems. One woman I worked with, early 50s, clean eater, no junk food, had breakfast smoothies with fat-free yogurt, juice, and granola, but her liver enzymes were elevated. The culprit? Hidden fructose disguised as healthy. That's why so many people are caught off guard. They're doing what they think is right, while unknowingly flooding their liver with sugar. It's time we stop blaming fat and start looking at the real driver behind this modern health crisis. In the next part, we'll talk about how food marketing and health halos have misled us, and why moderation isn't enough when the labels are hiding the truth. If there's one thing the food industry has mastered, it's marketing. Walk through any grocery store aisle, and you'll be surrounded by boxes and bottles shouting claims like low-fat, sugar-free, heart-healthy, and made with real fruit. But what those labels don't tell you is what's hidden inside, or what happens when those ingredients hit your liver. Let's take low-fat products as an example. In theory, reducing fat might sound like a smart move. But fat adds flavor and texture. So when manufacturers take fat out of a product, they often replace it with something else to make it palatable: sugar, starches, or artificial sweeteners. And more often than not, that something else ends up being worse for your liver than the fat they removed. Even more confusing is how many of these foods are framed as healthy choices. Yogurts that say fat-free, but have more sugar per serving than a cookie. Granola bars with whole grains listed proudly, but packed with syrups and added sugars. Heart-healthy cereals loaded with processed carbs that spike your insulin and dump glucose into your bloodstream, all of which still ends up being handled by your liver. The food industry calls these health halos, clever branding that makes people feel good about their choices, even when those choices aren't doing their bodies any favors. And here's where things get personal. I once spoke with a woman in her early 40s who had been battling brain fog, bloating, and low energy for years. She prided herself on reading labels, avoided fast food, and bought everything from the healthy section of the store. But her breakfast? A smoothie made with a banana, fat-free vanilla yogurt, almond milk, and a scoop of protein powder with natural flavor. Sounds good on paper, right? Turns out her morning drink had over 35 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. Her liver was silently dealing with that sugar load every day, and it showed up in her blood work as elevated ALT and AST levels. She wasn't unhealthy. She was misled. And that's the problem. Many people struggling with early-stage liver damage aren't ignoring their health. They're just getting bad information. So the next time you see a label that says low-fat or light, pause and ask yourself what's been added in its place. Because fat isn't the enemy, but hidden sugars, refined carbs, and deceptive marketing might be. In the next section, we'll shift focus to what really works, the foods your liver actually loves, and why they help it do what it's built to do: heal. So, what does your liver actually need to heal? The answer isn't hidden in a pill bottle or a flashy 7-day detox. It's in your kitchen. Because when it comes to reversing fatty liver and improving metabolic health, the most powerful tool you have is your fork. Let's explore the foods your liver truly loves and why. Number 1. Cruciferous vegetables. Think broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, arugula, and Brussels sprouts. These aren't just boring side dishes. They're biochemical allies for your liver. These vegetables contain compounds called glucosinolates, which your body converts into substances like indole-3-carbinol and sulforaphane. These help trigger your liver's phase 2 detox pathways, a fancy way of saying they help your liver package up and eliminate toxins efficiently. Sulforaphane, in particular, activates genes that reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in liver cells. Studies have shown that just a few servings of cruciferous vegetables per week can improve liver enzyme levels in people with NAFLD. And it gets better. If you ferment them into sauerkraut or kimchi, you add probiotics that support your gut microbiome, further reducing inflammation along the gut-liver axis. So don't underestimate that bowl of steamed broccoli. It's doing far more than filling you up. Number 2. Wild-caught fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel. These oily fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which are essential for calming inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a major driver of liver fat accumulation. Omega-3s work by reducing liver triglycerides, improving insulin sensitivity, and lowering ALT/AST enzyme levels. A clinical trial published in Hepatology found that patients with NAFLD who added omega-3 rich fish to their diet saw significant reductions in liver fat over just a few months, no medications required. If fish isn't a regular part of your meals, high-quality fish oil or cod liver oil can also offer similar benefits. Just make sure it's been tested for purity and contaminants. Number 3. Egg yolks. Forget the outdated fear of cholesterol. Egg yolks are nutritional gold for your liver. They're packed with choline, a critical nutrient your liver uses to export fat out of its cells. Without enough choline, fat gets trapped inside hepatocytes, contributing to fatty liver. Egg yolks are also rich in methionine, a sulfur-based amino acid that supports methylation, a detox process that helps neutralize toxins and metabolize hormones in the liver. And here's the kicker. They contain virtually zero carbohydrates, making them ideal for reducing insulin spikes and giving your liver a break from sugar overload. Try adding 1 or 2 pasture-raised eggs to your meals each day. Your liver will thank you. Number 4. Broccoli sprouts. These tiny greens may look unimpressive, but they pack a punch. Broccoli sprouts contain 20–50 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli. This makes them one of the most concentrated natural sources of antioxidant and detox-activating compounds on the planet. Sulforaphane stimulates a powerful gene called NRF2, which turns on your body's internal antioxidant defense system, especially in the liver. In one small study, people who consumed broccoli sprout extract saw measurable improvements in liver enzyme function within just 8 weeks. The key is to eat them raw, on salads, in sandwiches, or tossed into a wrap. Cooking destroys the enzyme needed to activate sulforaphane. Before we dive into the next group of liver-friendly foods, if you're finding this helpful so far, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss an update. It's a simple way to support the channel and your health. Alright, let's keep going. Number 5. Extra virgin olive oil. If you've been cooking with seed oils like canola, corn, or soybean oil, here's a simple swap that can make a big difference. Switch to extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, but what really sets it apart are its polyphenols, plant compounds that have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. These polyphenols help reduce oxidative stress in liver cells and improve overall liver enzyme levels. In one study, people with fatty liver who added just a tablespoon or 2 of extra virgin olive oil to their daily meals showed significant improvements in liver fat and inflammation, without changing anything else in their diets. So drizzle it on your salad, mix it into roasted veggies, or use it to sauté. Your liver will benefit, and your food will taste better too. Number 6. Grass-fed liver. It might sound strange, eating liver to heal the liver, but there's serious science behind it. Grass-fed liver from beef or lamb is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It's incredibly high in choline, vitamin A, vitamin B12, iron, copper, and zinc, all of which are critical for liver detox, fat metabolism, and cellular repair. Choline, in particular, helps your liver package and export fat in the form of VLDL, very low-density lipoprotein. Without enough of it, fat just accumulates inside your liver cells, fueling the very problem you're trying to reverse. And here's a bonus, just 2–3 ounces of liver per week can meet or exceed your choline needs. If the taste is too strong, try mixing small amounts into ground beef or cooking it with onions and herbs to balance the flavor. Number 7. Beets. Often overlooked, beets are a nutritional gem, especially for liver health. Beets are high in a compound called betaine, which plays a key role in methylation and phase 2 liver detoxification. Betaine helps the liver break down and excrete harmful substances while also preventing the buildup of fat inside liver cells. They're also rich in nitrates, which improve blood flow and support liver oxygenation, and antioxidants like betalains that help reduce inflammation. Whether you roast them, juice them, or blend them into a smoothie, beets are a colorful and powerful addition to any liver-friendly plate. Pro tip: if you're not used to them, start slow. Beets have a strong flavor, and they can temporarily color your urine or stool. Totally harmless, but good to know ahead of time. Number 8. Avocados. Creamy, satisfying, and incredibly good for your liver. Avocados are more than just a trendy toast topping. They're packed with monounsaturated fats and a powerful antioxidant called glutathione, which helps neutralize free radicals and detoxify the liver. Avocados are also a great source of vitamin E, which plays a key role in protecting liver cells from damage caused by inflammation and oxidative stress. Some studies even suggest that people who regularly eat avocados have better liver function and lower markers of liver inflammation. Unlike many fruits, avocados are low in sugar and high in fiber, making them ideal for metabolic health. Slice them into salads, mash them into guacamole, or eat them plain with a sprinkle of sea salt and lemon juice. By now, it's clear, fatty liver isn't just a diet issue. It's a slow, systemic breakdown, driven by processed foods, hidden sugars, and everyday stress. And unfortunately, it often slips through the cracks. Why? Because our medical system is built to handle crises, not silent progression. We're trained to react to emergencies, chest pain, abnormal scans, urgent lab values. But fatty liver doesn't shout, it whispers. And unless your doctor is actively looking for it, it might go unnoticed for years. Even when it is spotted, maybe in routine blood work or a scan, the response is often generic. Lose a little weight. Watch your sugar. Let's check back in a few months. That's not a solution, it's a delay. I once heard about a man in his late 30s, active, didn't drink, but feeling tired and bloated. His liver enzymes were slightly elevated. His doctor told him to cut fried food and get more exercise. But here's the catch: he wasn't eating fried food. He was loading up on light yogurt, protein bars, green juices, and granola. What he really needed was better guidance, not just good intentions. No one explained the impact of fructose, refined starches, or the absence of nutrients like choline or omega-3s. That wasn't just a misdiagnosis. It was a missed teaching moment. Now, this isn't about blaming doctors. They're doing their best in a system that prioritizes symptoms over root causes. But we need to shift the conversation from quick fixes to real prevention. Because the liver doesn't need a miracle drug. It needs better inputs, and that starts with the choices we make every day. The good news? You don't need anyone's permission to start. So let's bring it all together. Fatty liver isn't just something that happens with age or a problem reserved for people who drink. It's become a silent epidemic, fueled by modern diets, hidden sugars, sedentary routines, and years of well-meaning but misleading health advice. But here's the powerful truth. This condition is often reversible. And more importantly, it's preventable. Your liver doesn't ask for much. It's not a high-maintenance organ. It just needs a little breathing room, the right nutrients, and for you to stop overwhelming it with things it was never designed to handle. You've already seen how small shifts, like swapping out seed oils for olive oil, choosing whole foods over processed ones, or adding in a few servings of broccoli sprouts, can make a real, measurable difference. And the best part? You don't need to do everything at once. Start with one change. Maybe it's replacing sugary drinks with water, or adding one egg to your breakfast, or saying no to that low-fat granola bar and yes to some roasted beets. These aren't trends. They're habits that heal. Because the future of your health isn't decided by genetics or luck. It's shaped by daily choices. The kind you make quietly, without fanfare. The kind that add up. And when you take care of your liver, when you support it with real food, steady movement, better sleep, and less stress, it doesn't just heal. It helps everything else work better too. Your energy, your weight, your digestion, even your mood. So don't wait for a diagnosis. Don't wait until you're tired of being tired. Start now. If this video helped you see your health from a new angle, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Daily for more grounded, science-backed content designed to keep you feeling your best. Take care of your body, protect your liver, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay hopeful,